This video is for all of my friends out there who have a paid off car. So if you don't have a paid off car, just keep scrolling because this is clearly not for you. You already made your bed. Okay, my friend, you have a paid off car, and I know you're seeing all your friends driving their nice new cars, their 2022s, 2023s. Listen, I know you see it. I know you're watching them take their photos and post them on Facebook about, got my nice new car, waving their keys in the air, thanking the whatever the people are called that sell cars, car salesmen, whatever. You might be driving a car that's 10 or 15 years old. It might be an old beater. You might have a bunch of stains on your seats. It might smell a little funny when you turn the heat on. You probably don't have a backup camera, but who needs that anyway? I just want to encourage you and remind you, you don't need a new car. You don't have a car payment. You don't need a new car. You don't have a car payment. Don't let your friends fool you. They're paying $500 a month for their new car, okay? And you're sitting here with no payments. So just keep that in your brain.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Don't ever skip an opportunity to be with your friends if you have FOMO, because this is how the one time I skipped meeting up with my friends for food on 4th of July turned into them having the greatest experience of their life. Quote, I don't know if anything will ever top this, and I missed out on it because I wanted to take a nap instead. I was working a summer job. It was in high school. I had to be at a golf course at 6 in the morning to work until 3 in the afternoon. We had plans on 4th of July to meet up as a friend group at 6 or 7 before we went over to one of the high schools to watch the fireworks. I wanted to take a nap because I was tired, and in between that time, they wanted to go to a restaurant called Cucinova to eat. I was like, hey guys, I'd rather just take a nap. I'll meet you guys over at so-and-so's house before the fireworks. They're like, bro, come on. Like, bro, we haven't seen you in forever. You're always working. I'd seen them 2 days before. I'm like, no guys, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'll just meet up with you guys later. I fall asleep for a while. I'd been working a lot. I was really tired. And I wake up pretty close into the night to when we were supposed to meet for the fireworks. When I go to check my phone, I have so many messages and notifications. So many. I was like, what is I was concerned that something had something bad had happened in the group chat. So I open this chat and I see all of these texts and all of these pictures. They're at somebody's house who has a helicopter in the backyard. We don't know anybody who has a helicopter in their backyard. So I'm trying to catch up on everything that's going on. And they went to Cucinova to eat food. And while they were there, the owner of Cucinova showed up, who apparently had a friend in our area who was gonna have a 4th of July party, and invited anybody in the restaurant at that time to go back to his place with them. So my friends, who obviously were like, yeah, whatever, let's go check it out. A rich person's house is gonna be cool. They go over there, and the person's showing them around, and they're like, yeah, we have this helicopter, we're gonna take it up for the fireworks later. And at this point, you can't, no one's allowed to show up. I can't go there because I wasn't at the restaurant when these people got invited over. And they're not just gonna be like, hey, look, can my buddy come over to this rich house that we shouldn't even already be at? So I'm just living vicariously through them in this group chat. And by the time it comes to the fireworks, I'm like, well, I'm not trying to go meet up with anybody else. These are the friends I want to chill with. So instead, I just stay at home in bed, and they sent me pictures inside of a helicopter in the freaking sky, watching fireworks from the freaking sky.
If you know you want to be broke for the rest of your life, the formula for that is very simple. All you need to do is continue to spend money you don't have to impress people who don't care about you. If you ask the average person in their 20s to show you their bank account, you'll be astonished by some of the numbers you see. The amount of pressure that we put on ourselves to keep up appearances with our peers is unreal. As a generation, we embrace this stupid culture of trying to impress people and keep up appearances, or this culture of FOMO, the fear of missing out, when there's actually nothing to miss out on. And you know what? It's keeping us broke. If you go check statistics for 2024, more than 11 million Brits have less than £1,000 in savings. Less than £1,000. That number doesn't just highlight how broke people are, it goes to show how people have no concept or no discipline when it comes to money. And you know what? As a generation of young people, we're not just broke when it comes to our wallets. We're also broke when it comes to our mindset. There's so many people in their 20s, they have no money. I'm talking about no money whatsoever, but they'll still continue to spend and buy things using credit. People use things like Klarna or PayPal credit to buy a pair of trainers, and then they wonder why they're broke. Just imagine you bought a pair of trainers in January and you bought it using one of these credit card options. They say, you know what, buy now and pay back later. We'll give you 3 months to pay for it. You finish paying off the pair of trainers in March or April. If you ask me, that's pathetic. As young people, we're too impulsive. You know, people will go out with their friends or they'll go out to an event, yeah, and they have this desperate need, this urge to have to spend money, and they know they don't have it. Like, we know you're broke, but you'll still spend money. It doesn't make any sense. Don't let the pressures of life or the pressure of people make you make dumb decisions. My bro, my sis, we know you're broke. Who are you trying to impress? Okay, listen, it's okay. Majority of us have been broke at least once in our life. We know what broke looks like. We know how broke acts. And we can see it written all over your face. There's no need to deceive yourself. As a people, we need to start thinking about our financial future. If you continue in these habits, you'll find that you'll be digging yourself in a deeper hole. Many people take out credit cards. They don't even know what credit card means. They don't even know what it's used for. They don't know how to use it. The whole point of a credit card, in my opinion, is to help you boost your credit score, to show that you're reliable and that you can pay things back on time. You shouldn't be purchasing things with a credit card when you know you don't have the money in your current account. Okay, you should be able to buy something today using a credit card, and the credit company says, you know what, we want our money by next week. But you know you're okay because you've got the money waiting. That's a smart way to use a credit card. If you know you want to be broke and shake hands with poverty, it's okay, but just make sure you're doing it for yourself. But the one where you will go broke to impress other people, especially when people don't care, for me, that's a sad life. You need to sit down and think, because the amygdala is not working properly. As a generation, we need to start educating ourselves on money, learn to be disciplined when it comes to money, and understand ourselves as well. Because a lot of people don't understand themselves. If they understood themselves, they wouldn't be making these dumb decisions. If we don't change these habits we have now, it's the same habits and same bad behavior that you pass on to your children.
So I'm experiencing a little FOMO tonight because my husband and I were working on trying to get to more of a financial freedom. So that means we want to pay off all our debt, everything we owe, and just be able to be more mindful with our spending and maximize what we're bringing in each month, just so we can reach our goals and reward ourselves in better ways. It's something I've learned from Dave Ramsey. I know, love him, hate him, but he does provide a lot of mindful things. Anyways, so at the same time, they invite us out to go out to eat, to hang out, go to bars, wherever, and I have this nagging feeling of fear of missing out. And I know I don't want to go out and spend any money, and to be honest, I don't feel like restaurant food hits the same like what it used to. But the feeling is still there. Anyways, like any other day, I told my bestie ChatGPT how I felt, and it told me, remind yourself that the feeling of missing out is temporary, but the reward of reaching your financial goals will last so much longer. Every time you say no, you're saying yes to something bigger. So if you're in the same boat, just know that you're not alone. And in the meantime, I'm just curious to know, how do you guys all deal with FOMO while trying to save some money?
So somebody called me boring the other day, and honestly, I initially took it as an insult, but now I am running with it because I feel like I am boring in a way. I like to wake up early and I go to bed around 9:30. I don't really drink alcohol that much anymore. I don't enjoy going out to bars and like just talking to people who don't know how to carry a conversation. I enjoy hanging out with my family instead, and like having a close-knit group of friends and doing things that make me feel my best. That includes eating healthy and working out and just keeping a positive mindset. And I think that, that might be boring to some people, but for me, that's just how I live my life. And I'm only 27 years old. I'm still very young, and I don't know, I just don't have FOMO, and I wish that I did this sooner. I wish that I was okay and comfortable and confident in myself to like say no to going out or to say no to drinking with friends. Because I really just didn't want to. If I wanted to, I guess I would, but I just don't have that desire to anymore. So maybe boring, but I've honestly just like never been happier, and I feel like I'm like glowing from the inside out.
So I really told myself like this summer I'm just gonna be all about like working and like making money and saving money, because I'm literally terrible at saving money. And after next semester, like I'm done with college, like I actually need to like have real money. The thing that's gonna stop me from doing that is literally just FOMO. Like, it's Memorial Day weekend coming up, and I got put onto work both Saturday and Sunday at like this huge Memorial Day golf tournament. Like, I'm gonna be bev carding it, so it's obviously just gonna be like great money to work both of those days. But it is Memorial Day weekend, and I live right by the water, so that means everyone's gonna be out on boats, everyone's gonna be drinking, tanning. So now I have to pick between FOMO and making a ton of money this weekend. I might give the Sunday shift to this other girl, but then again, it's such good money, so I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. I know I'm gonna end up on a boat on Sunday, but that's my rant.
If you're not drinking this summer and you have FOMO because your friends are, or people you know are, like if you're at the beach and you see these people partying and drinking and you're like, oh my god, I wish I could drink this fucking sex, just remember, you're not seeing the girl throw up at the end of the night. You're not seeing the couple go home and fight. You're not seeing the girl have anxiety the next day. You're not seeing the guy spend all his money and so he can't pay rent. You're not seeing just shitty headache and dehydration. You're seeing, like, you know, the few hours of fun, but you're not seeing the shitty reality. So don't have FOMO, okay? Also, I was gonna go to the beach, and why didn't I go to rehab in California instead of Minnesota? We'll never know.
Who else gets really bad FOMO when you see people doing these awesome trips, buying these cool things, getting brand new homes, doing all these fun experiences? FOMO, or fear of missing out, is similar to herd mentality. Herd mentality focuses more on the pressure from society or from a group, whereas FOMO is more of your personality, more of the individualism. The fear of missing out, it's our decision to decide whether or not we're missing out on something or not. We're not being directly pressured, I should say, by anything or anyone, but we feel that little indirect pressure, especially when we see pictures and videos of people going on those really cool travel trips or buying new cool toys or whatever it might be. FOMO can cause several negative consequences when it comes to your financial situation. The biggest three probably, though, are overspending, being one of the biggest ones, because you're buying things that you shouldn't buy. Probably getting into investments that you shouldn't be getting into. And with both those things combined, you get into more debt. So how do we fix this? Well, the first thing we should do is try to avoid comparisons. If that's limit our social media, if that's trying to find ways to be content with what we have, then let's do it. But that's kind of an obvious emotional stance on how to fix FOMO. Usually it's going to be there. It hits me hard all the time. If you want to limit your emotions or take some emotions out of trying to limit FOMO, start a budget. Start a budget and stick to it. Then the next thing you need to do is get some accountability. Find an accountability partner, a financial coach, a good friend, your partner, a spouse, whoever. And the last tip I'll share is live below your means. If you can only spend $40K a year on certain things, then keep within that. If your income is only $60K, but you're spending $80K, there's something missing there.
Are you getting FOMO when you see new master resale rights courses or products come onto the market, thinking that this next online course is your golden ticket, thinking that this is what has been missing, thinking that this is what is going to get you to the next step? I've been there. I've racked up like a cool 4.5K in the last 12 months buying online educational courses. I'm there. I get it. You're chasing that breakthrough moment. You're ready for your sales to reflect the hard work and the passion that you've put into your business this far. And it's so tempting to think that one more course, one more strategy is going to be the game changer. But if those sales aren't rolling in consistently with the products that you've got and the content that you're posting already, one more course is not going to fix that. And here's the nugget of truth I have unearthed recently. The real game changer is not about accumulating more strategies. It's about mastering your message, honing your content, and shining through in your personal brand. These courses are just tools, but the real work, that happens when you dig deep into what you've already learned, applying it to your current strategies and your current products to connect and convert the audience that you already have. You feeling the FOMO start to nudge you a little bit, just pause and pivot and turn inward to leverage what you already possess. So drop a comment if you're with me, follow along if you want to see more, and slide into my DMs. I'm happy to have you here.
Coming from a physician that uses supplements a lot, I'm going to tell you right now, you probably don't need that supplement. I spent years taking care of older patients, and when they would come in, I would trim down their medication list, and they would feel really awesome when I got their medications down to what they needed. And what I do a lot of now is trimming down that supplement list. I have had people come to me taking $300-400 a month worth of supplements. And I am a believer. I believe in supplements. I use them. But the approach should be really personalized. And please don't forget, a lot of money is being made off of supplements. A lot of companies are making themselves out to be like the good guy in healthcare, and they're taking a lot of money from people. If you're going to spend money on your health, I would prefer to see my patients spend their money on eating healthy food, on spending money on physical activity, and spending money on spending time with people and developing relationships. And any supplement that is sold in fancy packaging and has a lot of influencing going on, we can probably find a cheaper version, or you probably don't need it. And remember, talk to your doctor. Don't take advice from strangers on the internet like myself or other people selling supplements.
Getting so much FOMO this Memorial Day weekend. I'm like 30 something weeks pregnant, and it's Memorial Day Sunday, and I'm just seeing on my feed that everybody's going to like backyard barbecues or concerts or festivals, just out partying, and I can't do any of that. And it's not like I was invited to any either, but still, I just like can't do anything, and it's so sad. You know, you just kind of miss out on a lot when you're pregnant, and I'll probably miss out on more stuff when I have my baby, because people are gonna assume I'm busy or like, you know, won't be able to go out. I mean, I certainly did with my friends who are pregnant, and now I kind of know how they feel, how lonely it can be. And I mean, I'm glad to see people having fun, but I wish I was one of them, you know? And it's like so beautiful out this Memorial Day, and I'm trying to go out to enjoy it with little plans here and there, but nothing crazy. And hopefully, you know, I'll still be able to enjoy my life in the way that I used to.
Stop FOMOing into trades. I can't tell you how many times when I first started, I thought that I was going to miss a big move, and then I'm completely messed up. Just made me lose a lot more than I should have, and I definitely learned a lot from it. Especially now with social media such as Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, it's really easy to feel like you're missing something. They make it really easy for you to feel like you're behind, or that you're missing a trade that you could take. When in reality, there is going to be trade setups and opportunities every single day. So don't listen to all these Twitter gurus telling you you're missing the biggest move of the decade or whatever. Because with one thing that I have learned is that the stock market literally pumps out opportunities like crazy. So just think about that, and that there is literally no reason for you to rush.
All right, so I am a trader, right? And I experience the fear of missing out all the time. This is so common in trading. It happens literally all the time. And it is a serious thing. It screws over so many traders, and you lose even more. You lose so much just because you want to catch the extra leg and the extra trend and all of this stuff. It happens way too often. That is one of the main reasons why traders lose their money, because of the fear of missing out. It's because of greed. You want more, so you risk more, and then you get screwed over in the markets. Literally happens all the time. And thank goodness I have overcome that. Now I only do algo trading, right? And it has cleared up everything like that. But it is a real thing, and it affects the best of us. It happens literally all the time.
Over the last month, I bought a bunch of items that I thought were going to be great for me, probably out of FOMO. And I'm realizing that even though I'm a researcher and scientist and a psychologists that I fell prey to today's marketing, especially when influencers and people I respect and follow tell me to buy something. I completely did. And if they tell me it's because of science, it was easier for me to even flock and buy it. But in reality, I already have products I love in each of these categories that I'm not actually looking to replace. So if you took a moment to intentionally think about the stuff that you're buying, are you being manipulated to buy it, or do you actually need it?
Right now, I'm really trying to overcome FOMO. I know we've coined this term as some pop culture thing, but it really is a driving force of a lot of people's anxiety. For example, I am feeling FOMO right now and I'm unable to focus on work. I have no appetite. I feel very sad, and it's all stemming from the fear of missing out. When you trace back what the fear of missing out goes to, at least for me, it's really related to not being wanted and feeling abandoned by people. So that's what I'm kind of working on right now, is telling myself the truth. Like, I am not unwanted just because I'm not involved in something physically in that moment, and acknowledging that my FOMO is a result of past wounds that I need to heal from. Doesn't make it easy, but it helps.
I hate to break it to you, but you're being lied to. I used to work in merchandising for a very large online company, and we sold supplements. I worked there for close to, I would say, 5 years, and I was involved in every single marketing conversation, supply chain conversation, warehouse conversation that we could have ever possibly had. And if there's one thing that I've learned, anytime there's a big sale, like as we all know, Black Friday is going on right now, most retailers, especially right now in this economy, are either marking up the prices and then adding a discount to it, or they are marking up the MSRP. So they're marking up the sliced price that you will see like grayed out or crossed out, like on a certain really big website that is going on right now with their Black Friday deals. They will slash out and gray out a price and then show you a sale price when that sale price is actually the original full price of the item. So it looks like they have marked it down to whatever percentage that it is, but you're actually buying it at regular price. One of those people, I search Amazon all the time. But one thing that I do is I have a giant wish list. And for most items that I've been looking at for a while or that I really like, I know the price that it has been listed at for quite some time. And when I got on there to see, like, let me look at the Black Friday deals, just thinking maybe I'll be surprised, because I know there are off cases where things are legit actually marked down, but it's because their margin of profit is already so high, so they can afford to actually mark down their products. I was looking at my wish list and I was looking at items because, you know, it's time for Christmas shopping. And it was funny when I saw that something was on sale and saw the sale price was actually the price that it's been sitting at on my wish list for months now. So there you go. Still happy shopping. Go out there and shop, but just know you're potentially paying full price.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
This video is for all of my friends out there who have a paid off car. So if
Listen, that creator is dropping nothing but wisdom. As a household that has been car payment free since I believe April 2015, you cannot convince me that I am missing out on anything by not having a new car. Now, do I understand that new cars have a lot of amazing and beautiful, luxurious features that my current car does not have? Yes. Do I lust after that? Do I want that? Yes. But you know what I want more than anything else? Not to give somebody else my money. Not to give somebody else my money. I don't care if it's in exchange for a brand new car. I am not in that season of my life right now where I want to be giving my money away outside of car insurance and whatever car maintenance that I need to be making prematurely. So when the time comes when my car is like, girl, I ain't got it no more, then
I was never someone who ever suffered from FOMO. I've always been an introvert. I've always been a little antisocial. But what is it called when you reach that point in your life where you don't even want the invite anymore? Like, you don't even want to be considered to be invited. You would much rather them just not invite you anywhere because you don't want to go, and you're going to say no, or you're going to say yes, and then you're still not going to go, and then you're going to have to apologize for lying about the fact that you said you were going to go. But you never even wanted the invite. You just said yes to be polite. I know that this is a double-edged sword, because it's like, if nobody ever invites me anywhere, then they're not going to come out when I invite them somewhere. I get that. I understand that. That's very logical to me. But it also makes sense that I would never invite anybody anywhere either. If I want to do something, I'm just going to do it by myself. I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but I really have reached that point in my life where I'm like, I've interacted with enough people. I've made enough friends. It's time for me to just silently wander through the world. And I say this as an artist who's literally making music and is like planning on putting on shows. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, it's tiring to be outside. It's tiring to talk to people. It's tiring to socialize. And I simply don't have the energy anymore. I don't know what that's called. So if anybody has any ideas, please let me know.
Okay, so I can't be the only one that feels a lot of FOMO during spring break. I see like all my friends or people at my school posting at the beach or Florida or wherever they're at on break, or like they're studying abroad, and it kind of sucks. Like, I'm just at home, I'm studying for an exam, and that's my spring break. And it just feels like a lot of FOMO. So if you have any tips, let me know.
I think that the best thing I've ever done for myself was release me from FOMO. You know, FOMO? The fear of missing something, missing out, I don't know. But yesterday I was listening to a podcast of two girls talking about their college lives, their parties, drinking, and clubs, after parties, and house parties, this kind of thing. And how they can't say no to this, say no to parties and drink and stay with friends and etc. Even when they don't want to go to somewhere, they go because they're afraid to miss something. And every time that they are in these places, nothing happens. And when they are at home, they stay afraid of miss something. And I remember that somewhere in my 20s, I was feeling exactly like that. I didn't relate anymore to any of my friends that I used to be with. I didn't like anything that we used to do. I didn't like anywhere we used to be. And I don't know, I just kept it going. And someday I realized that my fear was not about miss something that could happen when we go out, you know? My truly fear was to be alone. And when I realized that, I started asking myself, why can I be alone with myself, you know? I don't like myself. I don't love myself. Why can I be alone? Why you can't be alone? Who are you? What do you like? What you want to do? You know? Knowing yourself is power, and when you finally know yourself better, you're gonna release yourself from FOMO too.
Those who enjoy first, they will always suffer later in life. But those who sacrifice first, they will always enjoy later in life. I know that I will never get time back. Time is extremely precious to me. Never get time back. So I have to build myself and to just stay extremely focused. And then later on, then I can enjoy life. Then I can do whatever I want to do. I've always known this. If you enjoy first, your life will be horrible. But if you sacrifice first, build yourself, build your life, then later on you will truly enjoy.
If there's one thing that people gotta realize when they're trading, is that you're truly never gonna miss out on anything. The markets are known to give a lot of FOMO, especially in crypto. It is very toxic right now. I mean, all over X, to me at least, I see a lot of screenshots of people posting their phantom wallet with millions. And yeah, you know, it's crazy that people are making that much money from crypto, but you don't realize how much money people have lost too. Never feel like you're missing out. You gotta come into the market with zero emotions, especially with FOMO. There's always going to be an opportunity, and not every day is going to be an opportunity to find a good trade or even a good meme coin to invest in. Always make sure you are using your probabilities to your favor. If you're not using them wisely, you will get crushed.
Can you do us all a favor? If you don't have the coin, stop agreeing to go places. Stop asking for information. Stop acting like you're going. Send me the information. I'ma make it. I mean, you don't have it. And it's no disrespect. When you don't have it, you don't have it. I have been there. There's no shame. It's no shade. But stop making people wait for you to gather your money and scrape up your coin. Stop making people feel like they, putting a hold on reservations and holding them up from securing, better availability or a lower rate because they're trying to be kind and give you time to get your stuff together. It's not right and it's not fair. And the bottom line is, from jump that you cannot go. And this is not specified to, vacation. I'm just speaking about going places and doing things in general. If you can't go to brunch, say no. Just say no. If you can't make the event, say no. You're not missing out on nothing. There's going to be another event, another opportunity, another birthday, another party, another brunch. There's always another. You are not missing out on anything. But what you are doing is burdening the other people in the group or the other person from allowing them to get their situation together earlier on time. And you're also preventing, them just to move forward with the process, period. I'm just so tired. And the thing is, some of y'all been living your entire life that way, burdening other people by making them waste time, burdening them by having them pay for you or pay more because you weren't right. Like, I'm so fed up. And, I don't deal with people like this typically, but I'm in a situation and I'm just like, I can't. When I didn't have it, I said no, period. And when I really didn't have it, but I could charge it, I did what I did. I enjoyed my time. I paid my bill. I didn't make no complaints. But just stop. Just say no. Thank you.
One thing that really upsets me when I see people like selling something's fine. But we're all mostly selling something. All of us are selling something. But I get so frustrated when it's like setting that up. When someone's selling something with like lack mentality or like FOMO, like they're selling FOMO essentially, or like through FOMO, where they're like, this is the one thing you're missing. This is the one piece that's gonna like solve all your problems. Like, buy my course, buy my book, buy my thing. Like, this is the end all be all. I have the answers to what you're missing. Like, it's not working for you, and I'm like, this is why, and here's the solution. And I just get so frustrated because, one, I think that maintains us staying in a mindset that there's only one way to do things. And if I just find the right way to do it, then I'm going to be right and set up. And I'm saying that as a perfectionist, recovering perfectionist, that thinks, used to think that there was only one right way to go. Like, there's always a right and wrong, and like, there's a better way, the best way to do things. And I'm still recovering from that in a lot of ways, like in myself, but also like if someone has a new approach to something or whatever, like it takes me just a second to like flip my brain a little, because the default is still there's one way to do this and it's going to be the best way. And I like that's so not true, especially in the world of like multi-passionates. And I think where like entrepreneurship is heading, like we're not doing things the way they've been done before. We're not. We are finding our own paths, and most of the time, I said that with like a weird voice. Most of the time, it is a like really the path is like figuring out your like yourself and like your strengths, your weaknesses, what you like, what you don't like, and what's gonna be like the path of least resistance is normally the way to go. In a way of like sustainability and like you got to have a solid foundation. Like there's a lot of things that like go into like finding your path, right? And then also like the personal development journey, like that could be a whole that's what I do. It's a whole thing, and so there's a lot behind it. But it's not this like cookie cutter formula. Like I think, and I hope keep moving away from these cookie cutter formulas, because even if you follow them to the T, it doesn't mean you're like guarantee your success. It doesn't, because how you apply it to what you're doing and like your setup and what you have going on, like that's really like that's what matters. And most of the time you can take bits and pieces of different frameworks and then you put them together and then like that works for you, and that's great. It's not to say like all frameworks are bad or not like applicable, or like they're not going to like get you where you want to go. A lot of times frameworks will take you to a place and then you need to like take it to the next level. And like, again, it's just not the end all be all. And so when people are like, I have this one thing, I'm selling you with this one thing, like here's the answer, I'm like, get so frustrated, because really we have the answers. And yes, like what I do is like help people find those answers sometimes. And a lot of times I am telling them what has been done or what I'm seeing people do or what I would recommend for their situation. Like that's the difference between me and like a coach. Is like a coach is helping you find your own answers. A strategist or a consultant, in at least in my opinion, is helping you like actually put the plan together, not just like find the answers and like whatever. Here's the step-by-step process, but it's not a cookie cutter formula. Like I'm not telling you exactly how you have to do it because that's how my other client did. Like I might share like, hey, this is what I've seen done or whatever, but I'm going to apply it to you and your situation. Like the application's really what changes and what matters. And like you could have the perfect framework, but if you don't get it to work for you, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. So I really hope we can move away from people, I don't know, essentially lying. They're not trying to, but they're essentially lying, saying like, I have all the answers. Like, no, you don't. No one has all the answers for you. No one does. That's why you have to be like the center of it, and you have to know like what you're doing, what you want, who you are. And that can take time. It can take a process, and a lot of it's experimentation. Like nothing like immediately shifts or changes overnight or grows overnight, especially when you think about business. You can have like, you know, a flash in the pan, like sure, that happens, but then sustainability and longevity and legacy and, you know, like the energy that you need to be putting into things to continue them, like all that's like a process to figure out. So anyway, that's my soapbox for the day.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.